Hello, I'm Yaniv Price, a software engineering leader, coach, consultant, and the author of Fixing Management. Welcome to the Fixing Management podcast, the podcast that gives you actionable guidance on becoming a more effective leader. Today we're talking about one of the toughest and most emotionally draining topics of any manager: difficult people. Now, if you've been a manager for more than 5 minutes, you've probably had someone on your team that you've mentally labeled as difficult. You know, that person who frustrates you, pushes back on everything, seems to bring tension to everywhere they go. In short, you'd prefer to avoid them altogether and hope they'd magically go away. But as my friend says, when we point the finger at someone, at least one finger points back at us. It's our job as managers to clarify expectations and address destructive behaviors, not to label people as problems and hope they disappear. Let me share a story. Anton, a marketing manager, vented to his boss Jonas during one-on-one. People like Ben make me want to go back to being an individual contributor. He's functionally amazing, but a tough person to manage. Always acts like a jerk. Jonas listened and replied, "I get it. I've been there. But you can do something about it." Anton sighed, "Sure. I could hint that he's difficult and hope he gets it." Jonas smiled. "Most of us aren't great at taking hints, especially ones we don't like. And that's where most managers get stuck. They hope that silence, hints, time, or someone else will fix what direct communication would fix much faster." Anton's problem wasn't Ben. It was that he never actually acted on the issue. He decided that Ben was a problem, a brilliant jerk, and then avoided giving feedback altogether. He preferred to be nice rather than kind. And that's something I see again and again. Managers think they're being nice when they avoid the hard conversation, but real kindness is helping someone grow, even, or especially, when it's uncomfortable. So how do you actually handle difficult people? First, remember that no one wakes up thinking, "Today I'll make my colleague's day a living hell." People act according to patterns they've learned, ways they think will help them succeed. It's not that they are irrational. The rationale just differs from yours. Your job as a manager isn't to psychoanalyze them. It's to ensure your team members have the required skills and positive behaviors. Second, get specific. Instead of calling someone difficult, identify the behavior that's problematic and give direct feedback. Check out the episode about giving feedback to direct reports for more insight. For example, when you interrupt others during meetings, people feel disrespected and we don't hear their ideas. Can you work on that? That's a specific behavior. It's observable, measurable, and fixable. Behaviors come in many forms. What people say, how they say it, their tone, facial expressions, body language, and work results like timeliness and correctness. Once you focus on that specific behavior, feedback becomes much easier to give and for them to receive. Third, don't stop at one round of feedback. If it doesn't work, repeat it, and this time ask for their ideas on how to improve. That increases their ownership and accountability. If that still doesn't work, move to coaching. Help them come up with ways to learn or adjust. Maybe a book, a mentor, or training. Refer back to the episode about coaching for more insight. And if all of this fails, it may end up in a PIP, Performance Improvement Plan. But by then, you'll have given every chance for growth. And remember that PIP can also be successful, as previously happened to an employee in my group. See how the effectiveness happens when you stop passively asking, "Why is this person so difficult?" and start actively asking, "What behavior is making collaboration hard and how can I help change it?" That's the difference between labeling and leading. Managing so-called difficult people isn't about fixing personalities, it's about improving behaviors. It's also about courage, because when you choose to give clear, respectful feedback, you're modeling what great management looks like. The moment you stop seeing someone as difficult and start seeing them as someone I can help improve, that's when they often stop being difficult. That's it for today. Thanks for listening and keep fixing management.